to all of you. Today we will learn about the rest part of the variance analysis, that is cost variance and labor variance. So, as we have already discussed in the last class, that is variance has three elements, that is direct material cost variance, direct labor cost variance, and overhead cost variance. In last class, we have discussed the cost variance. As I have already told you, the cost variance, first of all, we have to have the idea that which variance we want to know. We want to know the variance related to cost, and there are two types of cost: standard cost and actual cost. It means there may or may not be the difference between the standard cost and actual cost. And if there is a difference between standard cost and actual cost, that is called variance. So, when anyone will ask you that what is direct material cost variance, the first thing, the question which emerges in your mind, that is which variance? That is cost variance. Cost variance means standard cost and actual cost. In anyone, in here also, standard cost and actual cost. Because I have already discussed this part, so I will just recap the part, and the same we will apply here also after slight variations only. Now, standard cost, I have already told you, standard cost is predetermined. Like your father given you 100 rupees to buy a piece of shirt. So, for this you have to have two factors, that is standard price based on standard price multiplied by standard quantity. When you multiply standard price and standard quantity, you will get standard cost. Actual price, actual cost, actual price multiplied by actual quantity. This will give you actual cost. Here also, in labor, you cannot say the price. Here, in place of price, you have to say rate, that is standard rate multiplied by, in material you can say quantity, but in labor you cannot say quantity. In labor what? That is standard hours. How many hours the labor is working, the worker is working, minus. Simple difference. Here is standard price, here is standard rate, here is standard quantity, here is standard hours. That's all. Simple difference and nothing else. Actual price, actual rate, actual quantity, actual hours. Finished. This is only material cost variance and labor variance you can learn very easily in this way. Here, because material, so price, here labor, so rate, here material, so quantity, here labor, so hours. Finished. Now, it means what? It means this cost variance segregated based on two factors, price and quantity. It means here there are two variants, direct material price variance and direct material quantity, which you can say as uses variance. Here also, remove this at this moment because we will discuss only two. Here direct material price variance, you just tell me. Direct labor, here price, here rate variance, here quantity, direct labor, hours variance. Hour you can write as efficiency variance. Efficiency variance. Now, price variance, what we have written price variance as? Price. Now here, which variance we want to calculate? Price. So price, there are two price, standard price minus actual price multiplied by what? Standard price minus actual price multiplied by actual quantity used. Here, rate variance, which rate? Which variance? Rate variance, that is standard rate minus actual rate. Here is standard price, here standard rate. Actual price, actual rate. Here actual quantity, here actual hours. Now come to efficiency variance. Quantity variance, standard quantity minus actual quantity. Standard quantity minus actual quantity multiplied by standard price. Come to here. Hours variance, which variance? Hours variance, standard hours minus actual hours multiplied by, here is standard price, here is standard rate. See, so easy, very easy, because in this way you can easily understand the direct material cost variance, direct material labor variance without any problem. Only thing is what? Quantity. Here is hours. Actual quantity, actual hours. Standard price, standard rate. Is that clear? Do you understand? Okay, good. Good boy. Now you see here quantity. Quantity again segregated in two parts. Why? Because in material, maybe this shirt we are using two types of, that is, one is black and one is white. And we need 2 meters of clothes. In 2 meters, 1.5 meter white and 0.5 meter black. It means what? It means there is a mix. It means here there is direct material mix variance and direct material yield output variance. Here also the same way. This hours material efficiency variance again segregated into two parts. What is? Direct labor mix variance and direct labor yield variance, output variance. Three types of labor: skilled labor, unskilled labor. There are 2 types of labor is working to produce one product. So there is a mixture of 2. So there is a mix. Now I have already discussed you direct material mix variance, how you calculate direct material mix variance. There is simple difference. There is simple difference. What is that? Just I would like to write here direct material mix variance as here you see. In direct material quantity variance, usage variance, we have written standard quantity minus actual quantity. But in the case of mix variance, because whenever you will mix, there is some changes. So here, in place of standard quantity, you have to write revised standard quantity minus actual quantity multiplied by standard price. Simple difference is this one. In place of standard quantity, you should write revised standard quantity. That's all. Rest is same. There is no difference. Here also, revised standard hours minus actual hours multiplied by standard rate. Now, here direct material, direct labor mix variance as revised standard hours minus actual hours multiplied by standard rate. Now, the last is what? Direct material yield variance. Yield means output. Very easy. Standard yield minus actual yield multiplied by standard. Here only you can write, because it relates to output, so you have to multiply it by standard cost. And here direct labor yield variance. Here the same way, standard yield minus actual yield multiplied by standard cost. So in this way, you can easily differentiate between, and you can easily understand, the direct material cost variance and labor cost variance. Is that clear? And that you segregate right from material and direct material cost variance up to yield variance. Here also labor cost variance to labor yield variance. Okay? In the next class, we will discuss, we will explain you with the example the material cost variance and labor cost variance. Is that clear? Thank you very much.